Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Play the Hits. Nick, is Ray Liotta dead or is it just democracy?
No, he's in the news because he just got engaged, and the girl looks quite lovely, but a lot of them do at the age of 20.
Yeah, as they do. So, Nick...
He's like 80 now, I think? Did I ever tell you my Ray Liotta story?
No, but I just made you Luigi because I noticed that he had 80 lives, so apparently you were Luigi the last time we played.
Oh, that's a safe bet. I also see a lot of L's on this board.
Hey, I got a couple of M's. I mean, granted, they were bonus stages.
On the bonus stages in the Toad House. Yeah, good luck knocking over the Toad House. Might as well get this Piranha Plant out of the way before it becomes an issue.
So, Nick, I gotta hear the Ray Liotta story.
Let's try to remember what the controls are, Nicholas. Right, so I got really excited because at one point my sister Angelina said, Nick, I want to watch a movie with Ray Liotta. And I was like, all right, I can introduce her to Goodfellas. Wonderful.
Oh, okay.
It turns out she said she wanted to watch a movie with Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was quite disappointing.
This is just like the time I had to order some baby cheeses, and ended up with a statue.
My story actually happened.
The baby Jesus.
Ray Liotta.
Oh, nice dodge there.
I respectfully don't think I should have got that. Oh, well, there we go. What RNG giveth that taketh awayeth.
You know, I was gonna say, considering that it's been, what, 6 months since we did our last episode of this, it'll be a miracle if we make it to Bowser.
I loaned my sister my Switch in order so that she could play Animal Crossing, and yeah. So, it's been a while, but I got it back because they put all 3 of the Donkey Kong Country games on Super Nintendo, and I really wanted to play those.
Oh, yes. Do I smell a next project?
Well, I mean, I finished them all in a week, so... We can absolutely do that. I'm always up. I mean, those games still hold up today.
Well, you know, as funny as that may sound, Max and I still have to finish Donkey Kong Country 1, because we started
wonderful! Because Donkey Kong Country 2 is my jam.
Yeah, I was gonna say that leaves you lined up for DK2.
Yeah, my personal favorite one. And then there's 3.
Three had some interesting ideas.
Yeah, a couple. Some of them were even
all
good.
That well. Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Donkey Kong Country 3 always kind of gets a bad rap because it's just kind of, you know, it had some tough acts to follow. It's the Final Fantasy VIII of the series, you know?
Oh, come on. Yeah, you're right. I can actually see that, too, because, yeah, FF8 tried to... That fucking Piranha Plant tried to innovate rather unsuccessfully. This is getting
only got 234 more seconds of this.
Before Luigi walks in and does it in one shot.
Looks like you're having trouble. Would you like to play as Super Luigi? You need to be jumping on the light switch box, by the way.
Oh. What? Okay, why does every other jump
this
not
is the
let you...
tutorial to the stages gimmick.
There we go.
Now jump. There you go. You're getting it.
Very, very slowly, Chris. You're getting it.
The big trick in this stage is not to reflexively jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good job.
Okay. Alright, that one just doesn't... That's cool. That's cool.
That feels like a Mario Maker gimmick.
Yeah, that was a good place to learn that, you know, right where the spikes are. That one doesn't change directions.
Alright, I need an item, but which one?
How will I choose?
4 pages. I'll just use them all.
You know, this is the episode to do that, because you thought I was bad at the early stages. Look where we are now.
Well, these buttons feel weird. Okay, that's my run button.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I can't get used to, I'm using the Pro Controller. I can't get used to the A button being jump.
Yeah, so you gotta hold B and then use A to run. All right.
I mean, that's an excuse for me sucking, but, you know. Well, at least I'm not the only one who thinks it feels slippery tonight.
Alright, there we go. Okay, alright, I got it.
Speaking of Baby Yoda, did you make your way through the second season of The Mandalorian?
No, I haven't even watched the first one yet.
I thought you said you did watch the first.
I said I was going to, and then I found out that all 6 seasons of Unsolved Mysteries are on YouTube.
Dude, Unsolved Mysteries is fucking
With
dope.
Robert Stacks.
Right?
But,
the not as good remake.
Yeah, which actually kind of sold me on that. I think I'm going to end up taking a gander at that.
It's
as
not
per your
terrible,
advice.
but let's just say that, like...
It is what it is, I'm sure.
Well,
it's probably better than what you feared.
Yes.
You know?
Modern mysteries, though, with, you know, the internet and, you know, cell phones, just aren't quite as mysterious as 90s ones. It's like, oh, okay, it turns out this dude was just involved with some shady shit on Facebook and got robbed while trying to make an illicit purchase.
Yeah, internet stuff just isn't as appealing. But I mean, that show's basically primordial creepypastas.
Yeah.
One of the things I love the most is since
You're absolutely right, actually.
Unsolved Mysteries is so old, I love that there's probably a 75% chance you're going to get an update as to how, like, what actually happened with the mystery because it's been solved.
Right.
So I always like, maybe tonight you can help us find the murderer. Update, the murderer has been found.
Well, now what would
Update,
be-
he's been tried and convicted.
Right.
Update, he died of natural causes in prison.
many, many years ago. You know what would be great is, since, you know, it's Netflix has the rights to the show anyways, they should go back to those, like, really old episodes that could easily be solved today by DNA and just solve them with DNA.
Well, I mean, a lot of them have been.
Oh, really?
With DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With DNA.
Oh,
It's always DNA.
They
People gotta quit leaving their
they're-
DNA everywhere.
There we go. Well, I mean, there's a lot of rapes, so yeah. Or ball caps. A lot of ball caps get left
A
behind.
lot of ball caps, gloves, DNA.
Though,
I got 2 lives
Unsolved Mysteries though was delightfully chaste in its you know, not hamming up, I guess, the sexual assault aspects of violence, you know, as opposed to, say, Criminal Minds or something like that.
Yeah, they really go for broke. Of course, they're fiction,
Yeah,
so...
What?
Criminal Minds?
No, what did you... Oh, no, I just meant, you know... Well, there's a way to do that kind of stuff without being like, yeah, it looks like they sexually assaulted her, then beat her head in with an iron pipe, and then raped her again. Oh, Jesus Christ, come on.
Come on! Why is it that floaty?
Alrighty.
Now to watch Nick do this in one shot.
Actually, I think I'll do stage 8, just because I have the raccoon tail and I don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, from what I was reading about The Mandalorian Season 2, it sounds like it sounds like it's kind of, I don't know, it sounds like it kind of takes a turn towards like what I had enjoyed about what I'd read and seen snippets of in Season 1. It's like, you know, a tiny kind of self-contained story, and now it kind of sounds like it's moving more towards that we gotta save the universe bullshit.
Actually, they do manage to sneak out of that in the final act. They basically fob the saving the universe stuff onto another character, and everything. The nice thing about the ending of Season 2 is it kind of leaves the series wide open. So
Yeah,
like,
I'm a little surprised they'd go that route because, like, what, at the end of Season 2, didn't they announce, like, what, 12 fucking spin-offs?
Yeah, they did, and I think part of that is so that they could keep the character of the Mandalorian, like, as available as possible. So basically, like, the show, the season ends with him having, like, nothing to do right now.
Oh god, and then Season 3 is just gonna be, like, it's gonna be a cameo appearance from everyone from the spin-off series. Like, you know, Obi-Wan's gonna drop by, and then Darth Maul will be there for an episode.
Oh god. You know, I'm just gonna come out and say
And
it.
then he's gonna go to, like, a baseball game with Ahsoka, and they're gonna catch a fly ball together.
Darth Maul was only interesting because he kept his goddamn mouth shut during a really bad movie. I mean, Darth Maul is like the Arthur Fonzarelli of Star Wars. You know, he's great in short bursts, but when everything starts becoming about him, you better watch out.
But hey, Star Wars. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
I love
Don't
Star
you love
Wars
Star
too.
Wars?
Just fucking keep Darth Maul out of everything. He died.
It's like
just-
that old argument that Star Wars at its core is just intellectually bankrupt. I mean,
Oh, come on! Really? Why did it come out and do that? Like, the star has one job, and that's to go in the right direction.
I'll risk it. What's the worst that can happen?
You're gonna soar right through it. It's an easy fucking level. I just suck.
Why does the Hammer Brothers suit make Mario Mexican?
Something about day labor that could be said there, but I won't say it. I just kind of said it, though.
And yet here we are.
See?
No.
Why does it fucking do that?
You gotta hit it on the left-hand side.
How did I not know that mechanic?
You gotta know.
And
Chris,
why
you
did the
gotta know.
music go back to normal even though you're still invincible?
Probably lag. Oh, look what I did. Look what you did, Chris.
I know!
Damn
Like
it.
if I had just beaten this damn level the first 2 times. Oh god.
I can make it. I can.
Boy, this level's just designed to fuck with you.
Let's
not-
do
it's not
level
even-
9 and I'll finish up 7 now that I'm small.
It's
Oh,
not
God,
even,
there's only-
no, I'm
There's
taking
only,
it. It's not
there's only
even...
one of you left.
I might as well blow my last life here.
This is as good a hill to die on as any.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
Yeah, but anyways, you know what? I'm gonna savor this and watch you
Now, that time it did the exact opposite of what we said.
hit it on the left-hand side, facing the right-hand side.
Whatever.
Well-
Whatever. It does what it wants.
The blueprints were good, but the building still fell down.
Oh. I did not put enough gin in this drink.
Oh man, now you're gonna have to beat all those toad houses again.
Oh man, it's gonna be grueling. This is another
But,
one of those things where, like, I enjoy this game. Like, I have very fond memories of it. I'm more frustrated at the fact that I'm an old man who can't play video games anymore.
What does that even mean, Chris? We're the same age.
I'm an old man who can't play video games anymore. You shut up.
Okay,
man.
alright. Oh, overshot it.
My arthritis
Anyways.
riddled senses are being bogged down.
Oh god, there's nothing worse than when your wrist has arthritis.
I actually don't have arthritis. I just...
I do.
Now see, you're good at this
Yeah,
game.
that one takes a bit.
You're good at this game and it still fucks you.
Well, I'm struggling with the buttons because it feels weird. Like my hand
Yeah,
is
I'm
almost
still-
like reaching from the top of the controller.
Yeah, I know. I keep hitting B to jump, and that is not the case.
But anyways, yeah. At this point,
I
I'm
don't want it, though.
making my way through Unsolved Mysteries and watching the Highlander TV series from 1992.
Huh. Oh, for God's sake. Highlander series. Interesting.
I want to say it's underrated, but at least with season 1 out of 5, it's really not that good overall. Like, the ideas were certainly there, but it just wasn't as executed as well as one would hope. I don't know. Maybe that'll change down the road with future seasons, but
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I remember
it was made
watching
in
it as a kid.
1992, so by future seasons, we mean seasons happen.
1997. Yeah. Oh no!
Oh, what? Oh!
It's okay, you can make up for it with this star. Yeah, this one just has no margin of error.
Nope. Oh!
Damn, that was good.
No,
That was good.
Not good enough. Can you go in one of those pipes by any chance? Because
No, you cannot.
that would save a lot of heartache.
What I just need is one mushroom.
I think what you really need is that P-wing and just carefully fly through.
Well, I thought about that, but there's a pipe you gotta fly under.
Thread the needles. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm
See, this level fools you by making you think it's easy because of the stars, but no. Oh, you are clever. You
I was
clever,
clever. I wouldn't have taken that
shrew.
hit earlier, but. Oh, okay, that wore off much quicker than I thought.
Yeah,
Why
but
are we having so much trouble with this? Just take care of all this in post-production editing. Jimmy,
right? Those make
like
us
we don't
progress
even
in
have
that.
to beat the stage. I have no less than 5 Lackey 2 clouds, and it's not even in our way. But it's 100% clear, I guess.
You got a warp whistle on you somewhere in the. Oh. You got a warp whistle on you.
We got 3 stages left, and you are free to tackle stage 9 because that is about one of the most tame stages in the game. Man, I'm running out of items.
Oh man, I'm breaking a sweat here with my 78 lives.
Man, I might only have 2 full rows of items left by the time we hit Bowser's Dark World? Whatever it was called in this game.
Yeah, what was that? It was just some kind
I
of like.
think it was just literally the Dark Lands.
What was? I remember those really annoying hands.
Yeah, that'll be there.
And then there's like a level that's all darkness and.
Right, that's Act. Oh God, that's what gets me every time.
And it can like send you back to the beginning. Nice jump.
Okay, all right, there we go.
Well done. See, look at that. All you had to do was not suck.
What was so difficult? Just do it.
Just do it.
So, anyways, what have you been watching lately?
The news.
I've been reading more than watching. Oh, what happened? Did something happen this week?
No, nothing of note. Pretty
Oh,
boring
alright.
week. You know, Biden won the
I mean,
election
like,
in
there's a
November.
pandemic
and,
going on, right? That made the news, right? The pandemic.
Congress confirmed him in. No hiccups.
Huh. All right. Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. In other
'Cause
news,
according
Ted
to-
Cruz is gonna try to be president in 2024 after his heroic stance on the whole week's affairs. Yay, frog suit, just what I needed.
Water left in the rest of the game. Oh, that's great. That's great. I love it.
Well, you know,
So
if nothing else, it's a free
seems,
hit.
It seems like you've got some hot takes you want to do there, Chris. So lay it on me, String Bean. What are your thoughts?
You know, at this point in this channel's life, my politics are pretty well known by all 0 of our viewers. But at the same time, like, very few people confound me in the way that Ted Cruz does. I wish I could, like, go to my neighbor's backyard.
legitimately don't know what you're talking about concerning Ted Cruz.
Oh, so Ted Cruz, after leading the rally this week to call the
like
election
Goomba's
results.
gonna
Yeah.
fall on your head.
God damn it. To
Well,
call
that
the,
made things easier.
Yeah, to call the election results into question. After the riots on the Capitol, he came on TV saying, for the last 4 years, I never agreed with Donald Trump and his rhetoric, and I just don't know what happened here and how all this went so wrong. And, you know, like, he says that with a straight face. Like,
Well, sure. I mean, that's what you have to say. I mean, that's the only logical
but
thing
few
to
people
say.
but few people can deliver it with the kind of bold, like, you know, dick in your hand mentality that Ted Cruz has.
Well, are you saying that he delivered the line like his political life depended on it? 'Cause-
No, that's the thing. He did it as though he were being honest. Like, you
Yeah,
remember,
like his political life depended on it.
you remember in 2000 and what was it, 16 or yeah, it was the year before Trump became president, and we had those big congressional shutdowns that he spearheaded, and then he went on the news, and even though there were, like, you know, extremely well documented articles and footage of him saying we're shutting the government down, he came on and with a straight face said Obama shut the government down. It's the same. It's the exact same thing as that. Only this time it's, you know, the liberals, you know, stormed the Capitol and made this a huge mess. Like, I wish that I had the balls to go into my neighbor's backyard, shit in his pool, and then knock on his front door and say, hey, why'd you shit in your pool? You know, like, because that's what he's doing.
What is it with you and like shit and penises tonight? Why
That's
are
only
these
my
all your
second. Night is
analogies?
young. That's only my second comment.
But well, I mean that's how the political game is played. I mean I have no doubt whatsoever that, you know.
No, I'm sorry.
To-
I
to-
firmly disagree on that one. That is not
Well,
how...
he knows what he's doing, but, you know.
He doesn't.
What is
He's
gonna
a
do?
fucking
What is he
little
gonna do?
sycophant.
Admit blame? Admit blame and lose the Trump days?
Yes, be a fucking real man and admit that you're a cocksucking
No, it's-
weasel.
It's too late for that. We're 4 years in. In
Jesus
for a
Christ.
penny, in for a pound.
But that's the thing. How do certain people get to go on TV and just like lie in the most transparent way when there's video of them, you know, saying the exact opposite thing, and then still get to claim moral indignation? Like that's
because
just
that's
not...
where we are at this point, because that is where we are. Oh Lord. Yeah, I remember this one being a bit of a headache. I'm just gonna P-wing this for brevity's sake.
Oh God, this is not my week, I tell you.
No, I'm
Oh.
not gonna use the P-wing.
So my week actually doesn't stop with just petty partisan politic peeves for my alliteration.
Whoop.
So a couple of big things this week have just been raising my blood pressure through the roof. First, just when things were looking okay for my dad, now it looks like his gallbladder's got to come out. So, you know, one more surgery on top of the 2 others he's already had, plus chemo. And then secondly, we came to find out that the guy who sold us our house lied about some roofing damage and water issues that he had on the sales report. So he slapped a couple of fresh shingles on the roof before we moved in. Signed a waiver from SureSeal saying that they won't warranty it because the leak is going to start again in a little while. And then he sold us our house. So, lo and behold, we had an ice storm last week. Some built up on the roof and then started to melt and dripped in between our drywall and insulation. And
Oh
proceeded to leak into our master bedroom, which apparently has been happening for a few years, but because it was behind the
no.
drywall,
But you never know.
we
Yeah.
couldn't see it. And now we have a huge issue with the shingles on the roof, the wooden beams supporting the deck, and we have black mold all throughout, like, the back of the kitchen and master bedroom. So,
Oh jeez.
but that's only day one of this story. We got in touch with our insurance, and in typical insurance faction, because it wasn't, and I quote, an act of God, they won't cover it. All they will do is pay for, what did they say they were going to cover? Some, like, repair to the walls. They're not going to do anything with the roof or the beams. So, obviously I'm canceling our insurance policy once this is all over. But, long story short, I'm about to have my first lawsuit, where we're suing the former owner of the house because, wow.
Ooh, interesting.
Which I have never done before, so that's, I'm flying blind there, but this guy's gonna eat some dicks.
No.
Because, well, I mean, we have paperwork from both the sale of our house as well as SureSeal, which show that he was, like, actively lying when he talked about things that were up at the house.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got a case.
Yeah. It's
what
pretty
a
nasty.
pain.
Hey, there you go. Oh, no, never mind, that was your second go.
Hey, I thought someone took this item.
Yeah, then I died. So now it's yours again. But yeah, so like I said,
Well, I
I've
mean,
never
aside-
sued anyone before, so this is kind of uncharted territory for us.
Oh, I mean, aside from all that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the show?
Fuck my life.
I'm sorry. So I've always wanted to say that.
Aside from that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the show? Maybe
Oh,
one
but
day we'll
that-
be laughing about all this presidential shit with Trump, too. Like, hey, remember when we elected, like, a TV comedian?
Oh goodness. Well,
But he didn't
I
know
mean,
he was a comedian?
my my skin always crawled because when I had thought of every time Trump would intonate that he had political aspirations, my mind would always go to those commercials in 1990 of him at 2 a.m. in the morning trying to hawk his horrible books of how I got rich and you can too.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, no one seems to remember that.
I remember the time he was on WWF.
Yeah.
Actually,
where
multiple
he
times.
was literally beaten down by the New World Order.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin blew a beer all over him, and then put him in a headlock, and then slammed him on the ground.
Wouldn't it be great if he had actually done that? Maybe like Steve Austin got like a little too aggressive with the stunt, and that's where like
That's kind of what it looked like, because Trump never would have agreed to that. You know, like Trump up until 3 seconds, until walking into the ring was like, so I'm gonna punch him once, and he's gonna go down like a sack of doorknobs, right?
Yeah, right. God, you know, I'm not good at this game. Have I mentioned that?
Oh no, now the Koopa kids are loose.
Just flying all over, dropping shit on everybody.
Oh, damn it.
I mean, guess I'm gonna try to win.
Alright, let me know when you're ready to start trying. Oh, let's see how it is.
Cool! I just wanted my star. God, the controls are so much more slippery than I remember.
One of the things I remember is that one of the reasons this game's controls kind of catch me off is because I'm so used to playing the controls from Super Mario Brothers X's engine.
Is that... Yeah, okay, I can... Well, Super
And
Mario
that
World has
feels
always
much
been...
more solid.
Super
Yes.
Mario World has always been my jam, so when Mario games don't control like that, I tend to get thrown off a little. But, again, I hate making the controls are bothering me excuse, because it's just that, it's an excuse.
Well, I would make an argument here that controls now are so smooth that you never had to kind of worry about this stuff. Like, we never noticed this because, you know...
Because it was all we had, yeah.
Yeah, we had
And-
muscle memory, too.
Right.
I mean...
For 1990, these controls absolutely were incredible.
Yeah, for what they were, it was fine.
Yeah.
But it's much more difficult to go from something that is well done to not as well done.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I'm one of those weird people, like... I mean, you saw me beat the Resident Evil remake using the tank controls. Like, stuff like that doesn't bother me at all. Like...
Yeah, but you don't need as many, like, twitch reflexes as you do with this game. I
That's
mean,
true.
Resident
Yeah.
Evil is going to be more forgiving just by its very nature.
But I'm always better with, like, I don't know, with tank controls or more deliberate controls. Like, okay, so a good example, the Castlevania games never bothered me. And I know
What
people,
Castlevania
like,
games?
like the originals. And
Oh,
they were
that's
always,
an
like,
interesting statement.
yeah, they were, like, notorious for their controls. I mean, like,
They're
what's
also
an example?
notoriously difficult.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not all of them necessarily. Like, you saw me beat Rondo of Blood. That wasn't the worst.
No, are we talking Castlevanias 1 and 3 for the NES?
Basically, any Castlevania that
Well,
has,
that
like, the
was a
traditional
stupid
controls.
risk. Okay, alright, sure.
So Rondo of Blood definitely had the traditional controls, but I feel like it was maybe a hair easier than, except for when you got around death. It was a little bit easier than the older games. But part of that too was just the fact that it was, you know, running in 1080p and you had widescreen and, you know, all that good stuff.
Okay, whew, that was close.
Good kill.
I think we've killed all of Bowser's kids by now.
Now we're gonna break into his house and kill him.
This is just like the plot to Punisher, isn't it?
Wait, which one? The 90s movie or the Netflix series?
Oh, that movie was from the 90s?
Maybe even like the late 80s. No, it was
I want
the
to
90s.
say no.
That
No,
was the
no,
90s.
no. Early 2000s,
Punisher? No way. That was definitely
where he
90s.
fought Where's Waldo?
Forgot about that. That was the 90s, wasn't it?
No, absolutely not. No, that was in the 2000s.
What was the 90s then?
I don't know.
Spawn. Spawn was the 90s.
Yes, that's right. Spawn and Blade.
See, now Blade I always thought was... That's all you, buddy. Blade I always thought was the
Give
2000s.
me another turn.
Yeah, thank God, because you thought I was dying before. You ain't seen nothing.
Yes, here we go. Bowser's weird military.
Though I know, right? Where's this in the rest of the series? The strange thing about this though is that I might actually remember these levels a little bit better than the other ones because as a kid I was prone to using the warp whistles quite a bit.
Yeah, so you had to go through all this.
Yeah. At the very least, I will have some more recollection of the layouts. I mean, I've beaten the regular levels maybe 2 or 3 times ever, but for the most part, I would warp whistle it.
I find these pretty chaotic, but not particularly difficult.
Like I said, the darkness one is the only one that I like always had trouble with.
Yeah, well, we're not going to have any trouble with that.
No, this has been buttery smooth so
I've
far.
always wondered what the hell these things are.
Yeah, no, why does he have propellers on his tanks?
I mean, this tank ain't going anywhere. Is it a weather vane? I don't know.
So, Nick, what was your favorite part about the riots this week?
I mean, is there really a favorite part?
I like the bullhorn wearing neo-Nazi.
What?
The guy with the
good
face
Lord.
paint and the tattoos.
Oh, you don't need to describe him. I know what you're talking about.
I know exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Must have stood a little awkwardly on there. Boy, that went downhill quick.
It's okay. I'll die and then you can try again.
But I guess my favorite moment when I realized that this was just the saddest riot I've ever seen, because it's just basically a bunch of 60 to 70-year-old borderline octogenarians rioting, and it was just the most uninteresting riot
awesome,
ever. I mean, it was like just watching a bunch of dads with dad bods, assault the Capitol. And it was just kind of sad.
I feel like the world is passing me by. I'm gonna break it.
Maybe now my daughter will respect me.
Yeah, right. This'll get my ex-wife back.
There's a shocking amount of mental disorder in this country.
Oh, I
but
know.
unfortunately, this doesn't
congregated.
reinforce it for me. It's always been there.
Right. Replace me with a machine that polishes the bowling balls, will you? Donald Trump knows what I'm feeling.
I will say, in the last 4 years, I have learned that I'm just going to have to accept that everybody I know is just going to have a weird quirk where they believe something that's just batshit crazy. And I have to accept that, because that's just the way I think everybody is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like everybody is just going to have something where they say it, and you just kind of blink and you're like, what?
Yeah, like me with the moon, like me with the moon landing hoax.
Or better yet, my dad.
With the moon landing hoax.
I love my dad to death, but get him started on the Wolfman, and he's gonna sing you a song, because he swears up and down he's seen the Wolfman.
You laugh until your dad fucking proves the existence of the Wolfman.
Have I ever told you the Wolfman story?
No, but is it as good as the?
It's not bad. Basically, he was in the Air Force, and back when he was stationed in Germany, and I guess, I don't know, he was doing something on a base at night, and he swears to God that he saw the Wolfman. He saw some German guys staggering around in the woods. He went behind a tree, and then from out behind that tree came this wolf walking on 2 legs.
Oh my God.
Then he swears to God up and down that it's the Wolfman.
Or maybe it was like a really hairy German dude.
That suddenly became very hairy after going behind a tree and, moving away from eyesight for a second.
Like the Germans do.
Some of them, one of them apparently.
The wolf German. See, now I actually have a great military story from my dad as well. If you'd like me to indulge you. Now,
Your dad was in the military?
Oh yeah, he was the last generation to get drafted. Actually, okay.
Interesting. Okay.
So anyway, it was right during the Vietnam conflict, and he kind of came in on the tail end. So he didn't actually go to Vietnam, but he had he was stationed at a base stateside, and he actually, now this is going to sound a little self-aggrandizing here, saved an entire squad of guys from going to Vietnam during the final days of it. Do you want to know how he did that?
He didn't save his squad in Vietnam. He saved them from going.
He saved them from going to Vietnam. And would you like to know how this happened?
I kind of almost don't, because I just want to have the mystery in my head forever. Yeah, this is already an amazing story.
My dad is a straight up real American hero for this, and he tells the story better than I do, of course. But so basically, one of his jobs one time was driving a truck full of guys, and taking them to get supplies, move things around, and stuff like that. Well, he was stationed in Pennsylvania.
I
And,
really thought
God
you
damn,
had this.
so did I. And winters there can get pretty bad. So the road's really icy. He's got a group full of guys, all just sitting on those like little benches in the back of the truck, right? He's up front with a guy that he describes as about 8 feet tall of like carved black obsidian. And as the
that is the second time this week I've heard that description.
and as they're driving along, they come to this hill. And my dad, about halfway down the hill, realizes I'm not in control of the vehicle, and he's trying to tap the brake. They
never went to Vietnam because they all died.
Yeah, he's trying to tap the brake, and he's like slowly panicking as they're gaining speed. He looks over to the other guy, the 7 foot tall black guy, and he goes, "You better do something." So my dad slams on the parking brake. And 12 of America's finest go flying through the back of this truck on top of each other. There were like sprained ankles, broken fingers, like one guy got a concussion. They were all so banged up that they didn't get deployed. Oh my god. And like the funny thing was, like, they all knew it was an accident. My dad didn't take any heat for it. But he was getting like thank you letters from like their parents. And they all got to say like that they had like war injuries and things like that.
I really thought I had the moment of the night with the Wolfman story, but no. But no.
Oh god! But now, like every time I fuck something up, as a kid, he would always look at me and go, "You better do something."
Oh, that's an amazing story, my friends.
Oh man, that one's gonna be told around campfires in the Beck family for a while. Damn it!
Oh god, I love that story. That is amazing.
I thought it was pretty good.
I almost like it more because I just finished it.
Why can't I play this game?
I almost like it more because just yesterday I finished a book on the Korean War, so
yeah.
I can very much appreciate that.
Oh man, nice. Is that just a timing thing, or?
It's completely random, and
okay.
I'm not putting up with this.
Hey, it works.
I'm just not doing this.
Nick's just not doing it. We're gonna go get fucking Bowser now.
I believe in playing the game as designed, but not this stage.
No.
Oh.
I'd be genuinely curious, like, maybe as like a 5-minute bonus after this is done. We should check out Mario All-Stars on the Super NES collection here, and just see if I'm as, like, bad with the controls.
They control differently, because
do,
that
yeah.
was made with a different,
Yeah, it was
system.
rebuilt for the SNES. I remember it feeling a little more like Super Mario World, but watch me be wrong and I'm just as bad at it.
I think it was the same engine, but don't quote me on that.
That would make sense. That's a hell of a win there, Nick.
Relatively short stage, but boy, you make one mistake and you're done. This is where I die.
Right. What was his mistake? Fighting Luigi. You are not gonna fuck with the Luigi.
Oh, look at that. I was just looking at my news feed real quick. Apparently, the Google Play Store and Apple App Store are banning the Parlor app. Interesting.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, this has been another big week for social media bans, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm surprised, but I don't know. I wonder how long this will last, and if anything substantive will get done, or just everybody's upset for a few days, and then Trump's back to being doing whatever.
I given like what we've learned, god damn it.
You gotta cross the minefield. I still wouldn't even rule out a 2024 run, though it seems more unlikely.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm hoping comes of this last-minute call for impeachment, is that somehow he won't be able to run in 2024.
Well, if he's impeached, you can't ever hold public office again.
Right, exactly. So that, or I mean, if you're impeached and, god damn it, you're impeached and it actually gets you out of office, then yes.
Right. Yeah, I guess it just kind of didn't do much good for his
on.
career when the Law and Order Party physically beats a law officer to death, with
yeah.
a fire extinguisher. Good
Yeah,
lord.
that doesn't usually. Well, though, if anything, another benefit of the riots is it's kind of shown the hypocrisy of the Blue Lives Matter crowd. I mean, they're
Yes,
willing
they
to.
proceed a man to death. Yes.
Yeah, they're willing to kill cops and call them pigs when they're not humiliating black people, but instead pepper spraying them. So there's that.
Well, this was surprisingly simple.
Yeah, actually, you dominated that. It's kind of one of those things, like, what are we gonna fucking tell our kids in the future about this point in our history? Because they'll want to know. They'll have questions when they read about, like, why we elected the TV man with the
I really
tiny
feel
penis.
like, well, because white people were pissed off and felt after 200 years of being the majority power in the country, they got nervous when
This
the
game-
colored folks
This game wants
started
me-
saying, hey, we're sick of this and we want more rights. But anyways,
Why does this game want me to play this particular level?
why did it take you 3 times to beat it?
Hey, why is that mouth of yours still running? I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, Nick. I'm just under a lot of pressure this week.
Someone's got to speak truth to power.
And that was another thing too. Now, of all people, like, I found myself really, like, feeling for Mitt Romney this week. I mean, he was the only one with the balls to come out and say, yeah, like, maybe if we had just fucking told the truth, this wouldn't have
Well,
happened.
Mitt Romney was never a bad guy in the first
No,
place.
he wasn't.
The left absolutely ripped him apart because, well,
He was
They
running
had
against
to.
Obama, and he was, let's be real, kind of a dink. But, he's an honest, caring man, and, yeah, that's not something you see a whole lot of these days. Wow, I forgot about that big boy.
oh yeah, big chunker.
Big Chongus.
100%
Why are we playing all these? I mean, do we have to?
100% clear, Chris.
Oh, that's how it's gonna be.
We don't decide to just start skipping stages at the
At the 11th hour here.
the 5-yard line, to use a baseball analogy. Now, it's interesting that you
I love you,
mentioned
Nick.
Mitt Romney. Do you think he's finally got his chance to win the presidency in 2024?
I don't think he desires it anymore.
You know? You
No,
don't
because he's not extreme enough for modern Republican.
Oh, there's only 3 levels here.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
Those are blanks. Yep.
Those are blanks. I was really trying to get grabbed. No, I don't think he would play to the Republican ethic the way that he did in 2012.
I feel like he'd be in a good position as much as one can be, or as much as they can, claim to prognosticate what the attitude of
Oh
the
my
country will be.
god. Nick, I'm gonna set my controller down and I'm gonna watch you win this game.
Alrighty. But anyways, no, because I think you're not gonna quite want a Trump. I think you're gonna want, if you're a Republican, I think in 2024, you're gonna want someone who's just a better version of Joe Biden.
You
Someone,
would think that, but no, I don't know. I don't know if there's any coming back for the Republican Party. I mean, I think at the very least there's.
I listened as a myriad of folks said that this is the saddest day in American history, and they've never seen carnage like this before. Completely forgetting that 19 years ago, 4 747 jets, were hijacked
Yeah,
and then
right.
used as missiles.
Yeah, no,
Because
I
our
understand that,
collective
but
memory
what
is
I'm
like
saying is I don't think, like, ideologically, I think there's a big enough rift in the Republican Party that, conservative doesn't mean conservative anymore. Like, conservative to the by-the-book Republicans meant something fundamentally different in, like, say the Reagan era than it means right now.
Well, it's
Because-
very interesting you say that, because
It's
I feel
so
like
intertwined with racism and,
in some ways, I feel like the left and the right are slowly beginning to do their 50-year swap, where each side, it's kind of like Earth's magnetic poles kind of
Uh-huh.
reversing themselves. I feel like that's what we're getting here, because, oh god, I'm not going to make this whole thing about politics.
what else is there to talk about right now? I mean, this is fucking
Mario Brothers?
ridiculous.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Okay,
good
I'm gonna
save.
I'm gonna get shot, and I'm gonna lose this tail, and it won't matter how much momentum I build up.
It sounded like you had a real plan there. I'm gonna get shot. I'm gonna lose this tail. I'm gonna win the presidency.
Shoot the president? What?
What?
Catcher in the rye?
What? Play the Hits has just been banned. What?
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it.
Well done. Well done. I would say that I'm going to play this next level, but I'm going to, like, give it a token jump into a pit of lava or something, and then
Yeah, do that. The first pit that you see, throw yourself into it.
Can do.
Good job, Chris.
Oh, you're supposed to do it.
No, you're not. This is actually a secret shortcut. Now you've only got to go through one slightly difficult section. And by the way, you avoided all the sun parts where the sun chases you.
Oh, that is this level, isn't it?
Oh, that's embarrassing.
That was the best
Oh,
thing
boy.
that could have possibly happened. I even stuck the jump. Like, I had the jump in the fucking turtle. Oh,
You had it. You
God.
had the difficult part done.
That was amazing. Like, I swear to God, I wasn't trying to do that. Like, that was actually...
Seen something like that happen before. How embarrassing for you.
That is amazing. I'm not even embarrassed. I'm, like, proud of how bad I am at this right now. This
That was
is...
good. That was good. That
It
would've been
takes,
an
like, a
amazing moment
special
to know that-
kind of, like,
Ooh.
ineptitude to accomplish what I just did.
That's like one of those beautiful moments you'd like to see in like a world record speed run,
Right?
you know, where they just fall flat on their face.
Right, where they're, like, doing great and just, like, that one turtle clips through the block and nails him. Because, like, shouldn't I have just, like, knocked him off of his shell there, like, at that
Could've been
angle?
okay, but
Yeah.
is
no.
that 1 in 1,000 quick?
No.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a huge fan of watching like tool-assisted speed runs, because it just takes all the drama out, you know.
Maybe I need some tool assistance right now. Boom, 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 boom. You're gonna die, Chris.
This is like, I think, the most confusing castle in the entire game.
I don't like this one, and I don't remember
Because
how
it's
it goes.
2 levels layered on top of each other.
Goo.
Right in
No.
the tomato sauce.
I feel like... Nah, I don't. I just suck. I'm not gonna make excuses. Good luck, Nick. You got this.
Thank you. I think I've got it, Chris. I think I've got it.
Oh, hey, speaking of Twitch Reflex games, beat Hollow Knight. And I gotta say, I am floored by the fact that I went 3.5 years without playing that game.
That's impressive because it's only been out for 2.
I thought it was 2017. Well,
I
anyways.
want to say 2018, but anyways.
Either way, like, that game, like, all of your raving about it, like, you were absolutely right. And I even saw you do the boss rush mode, which I have not yet attempted, of course. But man, like, it is just a wonderful looking, playing, sounding, feeling game. You know, it's...
Yeah, absolutely beautiful little game.
It truly is. Like, in a year full of, like, AAA titles that I very much enjoyed, Hollow Knight managed to carve out, like, a special place for me. Like I said, 3 years late to the party, but...
Why did I do that?
Why do I make these decisions?
Well, I guess this will work just as fine.
Why do I hate America?
I think it's just, Hollow Knight is wonderful because it's everything about it feels so fair. Like, you know, the controls are so tight that makes the
Yes.
game.
And you know, it's not necessarily an easy game, but like, when you lose, you have no one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's the charm of it. Everything feels very earned.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, you know, when you get to a ridiculous boss, you can't level up, you know, until you're over leveled.
You can change
just-
your
you gotta-
badges around a little bit, which gives you
Yeah.
kind of an edge, but that's all
You
part of the
gotta-
mechanics.
You've got to adapt and figure it out.
Like the, what was it called? The something kin.
I almost said next of kin, the lost kin.
Lost kin, yeah. Like the first couple of times I fought him, he, yeah, I know he's an optional boss, but he laid me out pretty good. And then I figured out, oh, I can just use the heroic odor thing, and I don't have to worry about the little orange floaty guys. And that's all. That made all the difference.
Isn't that like the best part is that I didn't even know about that strategy?
Oh, really? You just muscled through them, huh?
I think you're going backwards.
Yep. Shut up. Don't shut up. I love hearing your voice. You know, why am I not using any of my items?
You seem to have quite a few. Well, you were able to visit quite a few Toad houses.
Shut up, Nick. But yeah, so Hollow Knight, finally beat it. I don't know which ending I got, but it was good.
It's funny because, well, did you fight the Hollow Knight or the Radiance?
The Hollow Knight. I did not fight the Radiance.
Oh, well, then you did not get the good ending.
I did not get the good ending. I know I have to transform the...
There's a lot of stuff you gotta do.
The King's whatchamacallit into the something else, and I'll figure it all out. I tried to avoid a strategy guide in all my first playthrough, but now that it's beaten, like, I want to know what all I'm missing, and...
I generally try to do that, too. Yeah. I thought it was really funny because, I kind of have, like, an old top 5 favorite games of all time and a new one, because it's just not fair to compare Hollow Knight to Mario Brothers 3 or Morrowind.
No, I mean, they're products of two very different eras, and, like...
I just thought it was funny that in my new top 5, I've got Hollow Knight and Bug Fables.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything is very bug-themed.
Yeah, right, and Nick just likes his fucking bugs. But, you know, it's one of those weird... I don't know. You're right, there are so few, like, there's a lot of games like this that we appreciate on their nostalgic value, and the fact that they're just wonderful games regardless of the time you play them in. But when you're getting down to, like, the brass tacks of how they control, like, it really isn't, like, if you were to release Mario Brothers 3 today with not Mario in it, like, it wouldn't have the acclaim that it has, right? Because, you know, the controls are a little slippery.
I would say a better analogy would be Super Mario Brothers, the original.
Yeah, that's fair, too.
That game, no. Just some of the mechanics of that game, as well as the controls, absolutely not.
No, sure, I understand that. But what I'm saying is that even though this is
timeless.
Yeah, this is a wonderful and timeless game, it's still just, like, by virtue of the advances that have been made in the last, 30 years, can't... Oh, it was too good. All right, Nick, go get Bowser. Put this one to bed.
Get him, boys.
Go get him. Go get him, Chief. I found the laser trap for you.
Do I have a hammer suit? It's hammer time.
It's hammering time. But yeah, you're right. I can feel what you're saying there. It is kind of unfair in a way to.
Having played a lot of indie 2D platformers, this game still competes.
Well, right,
definitely.
But the wonderful thing about that is it competes because the guys who make those indie games played this game when they were little kids, like we did, and they were inspired by it to make something that surpasses it.
Well, I guess I'll have to kill Bowser the old-fashioned way.
And just watch him dive into a hole.
Well, I say it competes in that just the amount of stuff in it. I mean, every level has a gimmick.
Yeah.
Every level has something visually interesting to it.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Which you can't say about necessarily every game.
No, that is for sure true.
Like this game doesn't hit a lull where you're just kind of like bored and like, all right, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. And that's it's kind of interesting too, because when you think about, like, for instance, the PS2 era, like a lot of people look back fondly on the PS2 because that was kind of the era that they came of age. But you and I had already played through, 3 generations of consoles by that point. And so for me, when I saw the PS2, it was less about being graphically impressive and, boy, like, why is everything so muddy and washed out and samey looking? And so to me, like, I'm very comfortable saying that I consider, even though there are some games on the PS2 that I really enjoyed, I consider that like the ugliest era of console gaming. Like,
it
just
wasn't pretty.
No, it just did not look good. Oh god, did not look good. Are you trying to make it interesting?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Meant to do that. I've gone off the rails here, but yeah. So
Oh,
Hollow
look, a
Knight.
giant turtle.
Look, a big ass fucking dragon turtle. Hollow Knight has firmly cemented itself as definitely one of my one of my favorite games ever. I mean, it was fantastic from start to beautiful
Oh, he's gonna
finish.
take me out with them.
Nicely done.
Oh, what the hell? Nope.
Kill myself. Why would Bowser build this in his own castle? Like a bottomless pit at the top of the... Did he just kind of plastered over with layer of thin bricks?
Plan to like throw Mario into the pit, but then hubris got in the way, and
No, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker with my bare hands.
then he forgot, and then he became victim of his own trap, and yeah, well, now he's Big Luigi.
Yeah, he's gotta be big for Peach.
From her eyes.
Peach is there in the corner crying, "Oh, Luigi! Where is Mario?" Oh, God. Luigi don't know. He kept dying. Oh, well, I'll just wait for Mario. Thank you for your help. You can go now. Okay, princess.
I really want to just now see a modded version of this, where that is literally her line.
Where she just sends
Thank you
Luigi
for your help.
away. Thank you for your help. You can go now. I'll wait for Mario. World 1, Grassland, where Chris actually completed a couple of levels. World 2,
Yeah.
where Chris stopped
point.
completing levels. Oh, God.
In this this place.
Waterland, everyone's favorite.
Go
World
now.
4, Giant Land, everyone's actual favorite. Giant Land
It's
is
just-
my favorite. I love that one.
Just a place. This one, not so much.
Girl Sky.
That one gave us a lot of trouble, if I recall.
Well, they all gave me a lot of trouble, so you're gonna have to be more
Oh,
specific.
that one gave me a little bit of trouble.
A little bit. Just a little bit, you know. So Nick, now that we've got no secondary projects, we've still got a couple episodes left of Heavy Rain. What do you have on the
Now,
cooker
hold
for
on,
us?
wait. So now that we've finished the game, now we gotta ask, how was it, or more specifically with this case, does this game still hold up? Which I guess we totally kind of answered already.
Yeah, we've been talking about it, and my final verdict on it is it's still a wonderful game. It still looks nice. It still plays great. I've become so inebriated by modern games that and I haven't played some of my like favorite classics in so long that, like you see here, I'm borderline unable to do so. At the very least, I would have to spend like a long weekend, like I did with Mega Man Zero, right? Just playing
reacquainting.
reacquainting myself with it, and even then I would only be passable. The thing about NES games, or gaming from the early 90s in general, is that you had to, because you were a kid and you didn't have $60 to go out and blow on a new game, you had to sit down with what you had and play it and replay it, and that's how skill like yours was developed with these games. For me, Mario 3 was great. I would play it with friends, but I don't think I ever really got into it in such a way that I was really, truly great at it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
But there are some games, like for instance Castlevania 3, that I could still, like if I were to put that in right now, I could still probably at the very least fumble my way through about the halfway point before I really needed to buckle down and spend time with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Castlevania 3, I don't know if you can really just kind of pick that one up and play. That one's a tough nut to crack.
Maybe that'll have to be a future playthrough then, because I hate to start it and then like embarrass myself to the point of having to like pause midway through to get good again. But we'll see.
Accept this. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, because Castlevania 3 is a very, very much a treasured game of mine. But no, this game is excellent. Despite my like bitching about it and the controls, like it's literally just a product of me not giving it its due.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts after 30 years?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm pretty much what I had said earlier in that. Yeah, I still feel that this is just one of those timeless games that you slap it in front of me now, and I still say it's good even without the nostalgia goggles.
Yeah.
Again, every
Without
every
question.
level's got a gimmick. The sound, the music is amazing. The amount of stuff they crammed into it is just unbelievable.
Yeah. This game has probably some of the best bang for your buck that you could get.
I can still play this, and it's so well paced that I don't get bored. I mean, even if I play something like, I don't know, like Castlevania N64, it's like, oh god, here comes the caverns with the spiders.
Yes.
Can't wait till this crap's over with. There's never a moment of this in this game. The levels aren't too long.
It definitely
They're
keeps you
just
on your toes.
outside.
That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Just everything is just so well paced. So yeah, still a masterpiece.
So Nick, my final question for you this evening is, what do you have on the burner for us for next time?
Well, there are two interesting games on my radar. One is the original Zelda, two is the original Castlevania, but they've got a very impressive graphic overhaul
Oh, interesting.
that is impressive enough to where I feel they would make an interesting episode.
Oh, okay. You know, on this channel, we tend to stick pretty close to like our comfort food series. Like we've done a lot of like Final Fantasy, Castlevania, Metroid. But at the same time, there's a reason we love those games, so I would certainly be down for another Castlevania.
Yeah, okay. I've also been thinking at some point I should grab the new Amnesia game. That might be fun to play through.
Yes,
And at some
absolutely.
point,
I would pay money to watch you play through that the first time.
some point, we should consider doing a cooperative run-through on the Steam game Phantasmagoria.
Yes, I've been
Or
wanting to do that as well.
Phantasmaphobia or
Phobia,
some
yes.
Phobia, yes.
Where
That
we
just
go
sounds-
in and explore haunted houses?
With like randomly generated spooks. It sounds interesting.
Yes, we would officially be the last YouTube channel / Twitch channel to do that, but damn it, would we do it
They're
well.
all playing Rust now. It's fine.
You know, we do tend to play games a good 10 to 15 years after they were popular. But in
Might
this
as well
case,
just
it's only a
name
couple
the
months.
champ late to the party.
Yeah, that works for me. All right, dude. Well, hey, thank you for carrying me through this and reminding me that I need to go back and just play some good old classics and stop sucking so bad.
I mean, go back and play the hits.
Yeah, maybe next time on Play the Hits, we'll play some hits. That was the outro.
Play the theme music. Play the outro.
Hey guys, what button plays the outro?
Oh my god, you rank amateurs.
Hey, I watched patiently. You shut the fuck up. I'm gonna...
Are you done with the microphone? I need to get my channel going now.